Says, I've recently had a conversation on my channel with the CEO of Real Doll, the company behind sex bots or robotics. I envision large group of men will be choosing robotics over real women. What are your thoughts?
I actually do agree with that. I really do. If we continue down this porn, sex craves, listen, I'm like the next woman. I think a little bit of, adjustment from amazing doctors and people that are into aesthetics and that can help you stay youthful and young. I'm not knocking any type of plastic surgery. What I'm talking about is the obsessive over these women look like cartoon characters. And I think we all know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. Most women have had a little enhancement in some way, shape, or form. And it's so not noticeable, you don't know it. But so if we continue down that road where men are addicted to porn as they are looking at these versions of beauty of women that are just not real. And then we bring in the ultimate, AI versions of these images that we're seeing on screen and on social. Then of course it's just a natural, why choose a woman? This doll doesn't talk back. She's going to give me a blowjob every day. I can have sex with her whenever I want. She can cook for me. I know some of them are talking and they can be trained in different languages. I've done some research and some speeches on this. So they're making them as close to a woman as possible. Some of them, they're programming them to even have, quote, emotions, which, that's a stretch, but yeah, of course I see it going that way.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think if it was the other way around, if they created male robots, how much it would appeal to women. And I don't know that it would appeal as much.
I think it's I don't think the market is strong for that. Yeah. Because women, we don't crave like the normal woman doesn't crave sex like men do, right? Their testosterone levels are different. We crave intimacy. How do you have intimacy with a blow-up doll?
You never know though if they do make them more human. You never know. You really never know, and that is scary too because you have to look at if the family is such a beautiful structure, mom and dad and baby, and you look at all of the things that make society stable and beautiful and wonderful. A lot of trouble that happens starts at the dinner table, happens at home. So if you deplete that structure now completely and you don't have men wanting to get married and you don't have women wanting to get married and each views the other as somehow a problem or is distrustful of them or is the enemy or figures, well, I could do better with a robot. What happens then to the next generation? Are there no children? What happens? It's a deeply decaying society if that happens.
Correct.
So
I agree with those sentiments 100%. It's a society of chaos, of unbalanced polarity, of people identifying as whatever object they fancy that day, of men all of a sudden now being able to carry children. These things are just they're so ludicrous, and it's such a blasphemous experience of this gift of life, of being. I get emotional when I think about it, of this divine feminine energy that we possess, this divine masculine, and in these two polar opposites of energy, we create this beautiful union. Of oneness that it literally makes people crazy to try and get that union, right? That's it. The porn industry is built on that.
Yep.
These multi-billion, pedophilia, all these negative industries, human trafficking. It's built on having that urge, that sexual desire fulfilled in obviously a negative way, right? But the power of the beautiful side of that,
right?
That is what we're missing. We have not learned to master and control our sexual energy. Human trafficking exists. It's the trafficking of our sexual energy. We are slaves to our sexual energy.
Yeah. And I would remind everyone that the system, as we call it here, you can call it the matrix, you can call it whatever you want, they benefit from a society where people aren't having children, where people aren't getting married, where there's no facts, where there's no gender, where, everything is arbitrary and subjective. And why? I always tell you, it creates a nation of dependence. It creates a society of weak people, big pharma benefits, because then you're, taking all those prescription drugs. And when you want to wreck a society, you wreck the strong men. I always said that. Your military gets depleted. I always say, if you wanted to destroy a country, what would you do? Well, you can look at sex also, and you can destroy that in many capacities. And truthfully, people are sexual beings by nature, and when you take that away from them in a healthy way, it can become,
you adulterize it or pervert it,
then it becomes incredibly destructive, and that trickles out. If you like the short clip and want to watch another short clip, click here, or if you want to watch the full episode, click right here.